Well, I think you all know the song and dance by now. Let's go through 20 key moments of my third and final year of animation as a university student for all time's sake, because I like you a lot. Now don't take that too seriously. So anyhow, let's do this one last time, so take it away, desktop ed. Oh right, the retrospective! Throughout my entire degree, I slowly started to notice where my skill set lies, with that being video editing. I always enjoy editing videos. I've grown quite a following on YouTube with all over 100 subscribers, a number I never thought would reach, thanks again so much, and my peers always pointing towards me when discussing it. And those had me thinking, maybe this could be where my career lies in the future. Whereas for animating, whilst I still love the medium itself, the actual animating process I'm not so much a fan of. It felt stressful as a perfectionist. I'm never 100% consistent with my own still drawings, let alone a sequence of the same character even with the onion skin on. And that's not counting all the pre-production stuff. So it's something I might want to steer away from when finding a job in the future. But I can always find editing jobs within the animation industry though. For one of my first projects this year, I played around with an animatic telling the story of a lonely lady who is befriended by a kind stranger on a friendship bench. With that, I changed things around to give it more negative context as part of an experiment. It was a great challenge thinking outside the box to tell completely different stories, all whilst using the same assets. During the year, I started to slowly get back out there in the world and do things I never had a chance to due to the There! He's dead! And besides, that joke is getting old anyway. Since things were clearing up, I now got to attend and do more things out in the world than I ever did within the first 2 years of the degree. Which leads us to the Bolton Film Festival, the first film festival I ever attended. It was a great opportunity seeing various animated short films on the big screen and getting insight from the industry ranging from 3 Hours Media to the BBC Winter Olympic ads. I also got to meet up with one of the presenters beforehand. But I got a lot of tips from BAFTA award-winning film editor Mick Audsley, with clips from High Fidelity, Dirty Pretty Things, and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Whilst a rare group of friends at a party, it was great hearing perspective on how to edit films from multiple genres from the guy who edited Oh Dear God No Less. Now the Manchester Animation Festival, I can make a whole video about. This was a wonderful event. I saw props from actual animated projects and even got to hold some of them. Watched plenty of animated shorts, attended a special screening of Cartoon Saloon's My Father's Dragon, which was great to see on the big screen, and even got to talk to one of my viewers at the event. If you're watching this, I hope you're doing well. But that wasn't all the story, as I got to go out to Manchester even more by having a meal at Pizza Express and heading into the Arndale all on my own. Something I never thought I would do throughout this degree. I bought Tetris DS, some clones, and a taxi. To help gear up for finding a job after graduating, I went to a decent handful of networking events, whether at campus, industry guests and lectures, or the Manchester Animation Festival, and showcased my skills. But more so my editing skills, and got much more acquainted with industry and got a greater grasp of what my future could look like. There were a lot of great animations I've seen throughout this year, and 3 in particular I really had a blast with. I really want to talk about because of how great they are, and also because I'm really sure for milestones this year. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio was a masterpiece in stop-motion storytelling, with whimsical musical numbers, great voice performances, a powerful anti-war message, and I can happily say it's just as good as the Disney classic, and is proof that animation is cinema. Despite the film being on Netflix. Yeah, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish was an awesome experience, though I was personally skeptical with the animation, having grown up with the older Shrek movies, but when watching the film, yeah, it was pretty excellent. The characters are lovable, the films are some of the best in an animated movie, and was an exciting and engaging adventure from start to finish. It's definitely one of DreamWorks' best films in such a long time. And finally, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, an amazing love letter made for longtime fans of the games. With jaw-dropping visuals and music, Jack Black nailing his vocal performance as Bowser, the DK rap actually playing in cinemas, and Chris Pratt was surprisingly tolerable. Though standard moviegoers likely won't get much out of this film, the Super Mario Bros. Movie was a delight to watch for fans like myself, and who knows, I might give it another look when that comes out on Blu-ray. For the vast majority of this year, I've basically been producing the History of Rotoscoping, an animated documentary of the technique in line with my videos, after months of constant research, pre-production work, and animating at my desk questioning where everything went wrong in my life. It at the very least showcased how far my animating skills have come, and also serve as a swan song to my professional animating career. If you want to get a greater grasp of how I made this film, I provided a link to the making of video in the description. With my rotoscoping animation being my main focus of the year, and also working on client work around then, I knew that I had my hands full, and to save animating time, I opted to use... I'm pretty sure there is a guy called Vlad the Impaler. Having been recommended by my lecturers, I installed EB Synth to help generate in between frames for some of my animations. While I'm impressed by the outcomes and find it a massive time saver, the technology still has ways to go and doesn't look quite as good as traditional animation. And come on, it's not gonna trigger a supernova in the slightest. Now I was already intrigued with Everything Everywhere All at Once, but when I found out that the film was edited in Premiere Pro and After Effects, I watched it almost instantly. The movie itself was already as great as everyone said it was, with the neat concept of multiverses pushed to its absolute limit, unlike a certain Marvel movie, and well-performed drama. But as someone who uses the same video editing software for his videos as this movie, it was highly influential and immensely satisfying seeing it win Best Picture, and also editing at the Oscars. Please see this movie if you haven't already. Throughout the year, I've been making a bolder name for my YouTube channel and put out multiple videos, and during my time at uni, even went the extra mile for some bits recording random jokes and skits outside around the campus area. These were incredibly fun to make, and I hope I can go further beyond uni. During some occasions of downtime, I made a couple of videos to help keep my subscribers busy with content on my YouTube channel, those being my Mega Drive 2 mini console review and Disney Wartime Package Film retrospective. Yet surprisingly became viral hits by this channel's standards, reaching over 1,000 hits for the first time. And thanks to the positive feedback from my Mega Drive review, I could make smaller review videos from time to time, and with the package films, plus having recently given The Little Mermaid a long overdue bashing, I'm now opening myself up to reviewing every film in the Disney animated canon. Except for Frozen 2 because that movie was only made for money. But one video I feel incredibly satisfied with is the finale to the eShop Saga, a series covering various Nintendo 3DS and Wii U games on its digital storefront ahead of its closure back in March. Around the time of production, I reached 100 subs, which encouraged me to go all out with this particular video, from covering more notable games, adding occasional callbacks to previous videos, booking the green screen room for most of the live action scenes, heading to the voice recording booths for some characters, and going into 2Moon to make the apocalypse shots. This is a video I feel rather proud of, and can highlight how far my editing has come. Unfortunately, during that video and the History of Rotoscoping's development a month before submission, my laptop decided to randomly die on me. Geez, say you don't spray it! Leading me to send the thing to get repaired, leaving me with no computer to finish my projects. Whilst they're thankfully backed up on my hard drive, it was unbelievably stressful with my work on a somewhat indefinite hold, and luckily got a new laptop shortly after, and got back to work as if nothing happened, showing that there is still hope with these kinds of things, and to persevere despite the setbacks. My old laptop thankfully got repaired, and it strangely performs better than the new fancy gaming laptop that can have a hernia closing Microsoft Word. Just after submitting our final animations, the university organized an end-of-degree show. It was an overwhelming, yet exciting event, particularly my animation being displayed in the theater and getting rounds of applause by the public, making me feel really proud of my hard work finally paying off, on top of the positive response on YouTube. I also got to talk to some visiting industry members about our projects and other things, and I can safely say this was a great final chapter of my university animation degree. But throughout it all, I always took feedback into consideration. Whenever I get tips from my peers and lecturers, I make darn sure to implement them whenever possible. And this year was no excuse. Given how I have big shoes to fill with my rotoscoping documentary, feedback was more important than ever. If it weren't for them, I don't think my finished products would nearly be as strong, and while I couldn't follow all of them due to time constraints, they at least guided me to produce the end products you see today. Well, I can't believe it. How did 3 years just go by like that? I still remember producing the first one of these videos. And to tell you the truth, that video helped shape me into who I am today and pointed to where my skills lie. It inspired me to practically kick off this modern channel in the first place and point towards my aspirations, and that one day, I could work as a video editor, whether for a local company or big conglomerates like the BBC or ITV. In fact, I'm even applying for a master's for digital video production and marketing. And it just goes to show that this course did help me see where my career and skills lie. Thanks for watching. So, as you can see, right behind me is the heart of it all, Media City, with BBC, ITV, and of course, the University of Salford. Thank you, BA On's Animation, for everything.